I want to thank you for your interest in PMP's e-learning training program on the topic of sexual harassment in the workplace. During this video, I will take you through the first few pages of the program to give you a sense of how it works. Let's begin and listen in.
Welcome to this e-learning, which covers the topics of harassment and discrimination in the workplace. This training is specifically designed for all employees of our company. It is up to each of us to ensure our workplace is respectful and that you report to management behaviors or circumstances that are contrary to our company's commitment to providing a positive work environment for everyone who works here. It is important to acknowledge that your behaviors represent our company. Your actions are the actions of our company, and your inactions are the inactions of our company. What you do and don't do matter, and they matter a great deal.
Here you will need to see that I need to advance the page by pressing Next. This ensures employee participation throughout the program. This also eliminates the opportunity to turn on the e-learning, walk away, and return in an hour to sign off. This course navigation section explains how the buttons work and what the employee needs to do to progress through the course material. There are a number of pages which require the employee to click on the additional information in the upper right-hand corner to continue the learning. This has been designed to reinforce the interactive approach of this training. The next page refers to your company's anti-harassment and anti-discrimination policy, which should be distributed with the invitation to participate in this e-learning. Let's listen.
Our company has a no-tolerance policy against harassment and discrimination in the workplace. You are responsible to ensure that this policy is adhered to at all times. This means you are an essential part of our company's efforts to treat coworkers and management with respect. We believe all employees should be fully heard, fairly treated, and given opportunities to succeed without being subjected to any behaviors that could be perceived as harassing or discriminatory in nature.
This training primarily addresses sexual harassment. It also talks about discrimination in the workplace because sexual harassment is one type of discrimination. Let's listen in to the next two pages.
This is why it is so important that you understand the definitions of harassment and discrimination and are able to identify the problematic behaviors which our company does not tolerate. It is equally important that you understand the actions that you are to take when you see, hear, or perceive that inappropriate workplace behaviors have occurred or are occurring. Under federal and state law, discrimination regulations protect individuals from being treated differently because they belong to a protected category. Protected categories generally include race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, national origin, age, which is 40 or older, disability, genetic makeup, sexual orientation, and gender identity. Employers may not treat a person differently based on any of these protected characteristics.
These next two slides discuss discrimination and give examples of the sort of inappropriate words or actions that, when aimed at any of the protected characteristics, can be defined as discrimination. These are also the two pages which refer to definitions which the employee must click before being allowed to progress to the next page. This interaction helps to further understand the concept being discussed. Let's listen to the definition of sexual harassment as defined by the EEOC.
It is important to understand the EEOC's definition of sexual harassment. The EEOC stands for the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which is an agency of the federal government, and it defines sexual harassment as a form of discrimination on the basis of sex. The EEOC defines sexual harassment as unwelcome sexual advances, unwelcome requests for sexual favors, and other unwelcome verbal or physical harassment of a sexual nature when it occurs at work or as a result of the work relationship. Sexual harassment can take two forms. The first is when the acceptance or rejection of a sexual favor directly affects a term or condition of employment. For instance, a request for sex in exchange for a raise. The second form of sexual harassment is when sexual comments or behaviors are so widespread as to create a hostile work environment. For instance, persistent compliments or comments about how sexy a person looks.
So let's summarize. There are 9 slides that pose scenarios and require a click to hear the answer. Again, the employee needs to listen to the answer before being permitted to press next and progress to the next page. In addition, there are 6 questions that need to be answered correctly in order to advance to the next step. At the end of the training, there are 10 questions in a final quiz, and in order to pass, the employee is to answer 7 questions correctly. If this is not achieved, the employee is required to review and correct their answers to achieve a passing score. Once the class has been completed and the exam passed, the employee is asked to input specific information and click to print a certificate. Doing so will record the employee's completion of the program. You will receive a monthly report of the individuals who have completed the class. We hope this preview has given you a comprehensive understanding of what our e-learning is about, how our e-learning works, and how it is interactive. At times and in certain situations, we recognize that this e-learning needs to take the place of in-person training. This e-learning has been written by human resources professionals and is approved by employment attorneys. This should give you the confidence in the quality and integrity of this learning. We look forward to working with you, and thank you.